Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'll be reacting to What is My Duty in Life? Swami Sarvapriyananda. So, what is the duty in my life? It kind of goes back to what is our purpose for me a little bit. So, if I were to only say one thing, that'd be the duty in your life is to yourself. That sounds selfish, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. You can be selfish and cause no harm to anyone else, or any hatred or malice to anyone else. You can buy something and you cannot. You can give something away if you want, but being selfish does not necessarily mean a bad thing. It but it won't generally speaking, it's not a good nor bad thing. It's a good thing for yourself, but it's not necessarily a good nor bad thing for other people. It's just a neutral, in my opinion. But now if you get greedy, I guess that's to the point where selfishness becomes bad, where you want everything and you give nothing back, or you want everything and you don't share, or you just want everything so no one else can have it. Greedy, the bad part of selfishness. And you can expand this duty in life to other people as well to make your life a bit more fulfilling. Your duty to your family, your duty to your friends, duty to your coworkers, duty to your partner in life, your children. So this duty can expand even greater than just yourself. But ultimately, if it had to be one thing, your duty is to yourself and then to other people, because if you can't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of other people. But let's see what Swami says, and let's turn on CC. CC? Oh, CC's not there. Alright, let's go ahead and hear what Swami says here. That's my assumption on what this topic's about. Duty in life is to yourself and to other people.
I'm writing for guidance for one of the common problems we often hear and read about, that you should follow your duty. But I don't know what is my duty. How do I decide?
You create your own duty, but again, overall, your duty is to yourself and to your well-being, and then that can expand out to other people, taking care of them or providing for them or whatever it may be.
In traditional scriptures, you find the concept of swadharma, your own dharma. That was easily defined in ancient India, not so easy today. Why was it defined in ancient India? Because they had a rigid social structure. There were castes, and there was this what is called ashrama, that means stages of life. So there were 4 castes in general: the priestly, the warrior caste, and the business class and caste, and the laborer caste.
I'm sorry, the business class. When he said that, I was like, wait, I'm sure I must have heard him. It's like, are you flying first class cast or business cast? That was weird. I don't know why I laughed so hard at that. It was completely unexpected.
The 4 castes and the 4 stages of life, where you were a student, and then you were a householder, then you were a retired person, and then you were a sannyasi, a renunciate. Now, the idea of duty was built around this structure. How did it work? It worked like this. There's an equation. What is your duty in life, swadharma? They will say ashrama dharma. First, the 5 components. Ashrama dharma. Ashrama dharma means the duty of your station in life. Whether you are a student or a householder, your duty will change. The second one is varna dharma. That means the duty determined by the caste, by your family profession, for example. What you choose to do. In those days, there was very little choice. People sort of went into the profession of the parents and all that.
And it does make sense, because considering that if your father knows how to make shoes, that's the skill that he can pass down to his children, and it's a very useful skill. He can't, if he's not a fisherman, he won't know how to teach you how to be a fisherman, so he won't be able to pass that skill down to you. So you generally stay within the skills of what your family knows. So that makes sense.
So are you a priest? Are you an administrator? Are you a businessman? Are you a worker? What are you? So that is another component of your duty. The third one was Varnashrama dharma, the conjunction of the two. Are you a householder who is an administrator or a warrior? Then you have a duty. Are you a householder who is a priest? Then you have some other duty. So for example, when Krishna and Arjuna speak, Arjuna is asking questions about what he should do and what he should not do. Now, in this matrix which I'm drawing for you, look at where Arjuna is placed. He's a householder. And he's a kshatriya, a warrior. So he's a warrior householder. So he has some particular duties. If he was a priest and a householder, he would have some other duties. If he was of a business family and a householder, would have some other duty. So Varnashrama dharma. The third one is called Vishesha dharma. Vishesha dharma means specific duties which come with your particular situation in life. So for example, Arjuna for that time being is a general in the Pandava army. He was not earlier and he would not be later on. But at that particular time, he's a general in the Pandava army. And so being a general gives him some special duties. He's not just a warrior. He's not just any other householder. He's also the general of the army. I remember a lesson in this. I was taught this a long time ago when I was appointed the principal of a college. That was a long time back, 2002. And I was, as I said, quite naive. So I was made the principal, and then they said, so from now on, you are in charge of the college. And I always had this monastic identity very, very strong in me. I said, look, I don't care about all this. I'm a monk, and that's it for me. Then the principal who was retiring before me, he sat me down. He was not a monk, he was a professor, a householder, but he handed over charge to me. He sat me down, and in private, nobody knows about this, and for the first time speaking out. He said, look, I was not yet a Swami, I was a brahmachari. He said, look, Maharaj, I understand and appreciate your monastic ideals, but also remember, as long as you are sitting in this chair, you are the principal of the college, and people look up to you, and as long as you have taken up this role, you must play this role too. You cannot say that, oh, I'm just a monk, I'm not the principal. So that's called Vishesha dharma. I was not the principal earlier, and I'm not the principal of the college anymore. But as long as you are there, you are expected to fulfill a role. Now look at the roles that we fulfill in life. There are specific roles in situations. You may be the manager of a company. There are duties for that. You may be a father or a mother. There are duties for that. You may be a son or a daughter. There are duties for that. You may be a friend, a member of the community. If you accept that you are a citizen of the country, if you accept that I'm a member of this community, if these are the roles you accept, yes, then you cannot refuse to fulfill the obligations which come with that role. You have to. What is the connection with spiritual life? Remember, all of this is meant for spiritual development. Do it positively, do it seriously, it helps in spiritual development. Howsoever little, but it does help. So this is called Vishesha dharma. And the last one is Sadharana dharma, general dharma, which are truth, unselfishness, self-control, something that human qualities everybody must have. These fall within the universal dharma of everybody. So what have I said? The question was, what is your dharma? And the answer, again in traditional old India, will not work so easily today, was Swadharma, your own dharma, is equal to Ashrama dharma, Varna dharma, Varnashrama dharma, Vishesha dharma, and Sadharana dharma. The 5 components, your station in life, your role in life, the combination of your station and role, then your specific situation in life, and the general qualities of a human being. So these are all part of your duty. Now, this may not be specifically applicable to anybody, let alone in the world, even in India today, because the old system is broken or twisted now. But it can throw some light on what I'm supposed to do now. A simple answer would be a principle which I take. Anything that takes you Godward towards spiritual realization is your duty. Anything that takes you away from God is not your duty. Yes.
Oh, oh, well, he oversimplified that for sure. I kind of, in a sense that I kind of said, but not really. It's kind of actually nice that the old ways are sticking about how you have duties based on your role. So as a friend, as a husband or mother or whatever, it's kind of the old traditional ways that, in a sense, bonded people together, regardless of the relationship, mother, father, son, daughter, friend, cousin, brother, whatever it may be. It goes to show, I guess the bond that it tried to make, and how it, I don't want to say prevent, but help close-in the relationships between people. Because when they see it as a duty, I think they take pride in their duty, then it kind of strengthens that bond. And it's something that I seen a video on YouTube about this woman who went to, I believe it's South Korea, and her experience dating from the Western culture to the Eastern culture. And it's in a similar subject in the sense of duty. The fact that she says over there that they find relationships as duties to each other, that each must fulfill their role. And she has this sense of happiness and pride in that duty, where if she had this Western mindset, at least an American mindset, probably Western, but when she has this Western mindset, oh, I can do that, you don't have to do that, you think I'm weak? She has this I don't know, I forgot the word is, this, not aggravated, it's aggravated, but like the sense of defense, like, you don't need to do that for me, I can do that, I am independent in a sense. When she went to that culture, she sees that even though I know I can do that, but it makes my partner happy doing it, so I accept that. And I know there's something that I can do to make my partner happy, and I do that. So it's kind of like roles that are fulfilling themselves, because they can read each other and sense what makes each other happy, so they do those roles for each other, and it makes the relationship work. And she sees that, and this sense of duty, sadly enough, I guess that's not really the word, but it is part of the word I'm looking for. A lot of the religious Western religion, in terms of modern days, even some of the olden days, not the extreme ones, they have this sense of duty to each other, where, you know, to protect, to honor each other, and to be faithful to each other, kind of the old-fashioned ways. And that sense is being lost in modern times. Again, not completely. There are still people out there who aren't religious and still have these values. Again, it's not an exclusively religious values, but you tend to see it in higher numbers with religious people, because it's something that they hold and something that's been passed down within the culture itself. But that culture is being lost. While I'm not much into the faiths or anything, but I can appreciate a lot of the teachings that they've had. Some similar to this, actually, what they're talking about, how when you're a friend to someone, you kind of have a role to play. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to, how do I say, you don't, it's kind of like different levels. I don't think he didn't really, I didn't quite understand the levels too much. I don't know if he really went into that one, but kind of like levels in friends. When you just met someone, it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool, he's a friend, he's someone that you talk to. Just because he's that kind of friend doesn't mean you'll put your body in harm's way to protect your friend. Not that kind of friend. That is like a really, really close friend, maybe even not even friends that you would do that for, more likely lovers. So there's other friends where you're like, I know him, I just met him, but he's not the kind of friend that I would lend money to because I don't know him like that. Or there's a friend out there, it's like, yeah, man, I'll take a bullet for that guy. He's my best friend. So there's different levels of friendship, and that different levels of friendship has different levels of, in a sense, responsibility. Again, just because you're best friends doesn't mean you have to take a bullet for someone. Doesn't mean you have to give them money if they need it. Because again, the relationship's two ways. You consider them your best friend, but you would not do necessarily those things for them. And maybe because you don't do those things for them, they're maybe not best friends with you, but they're good friends with you. You know, friends that you can trust, but you can't really depend on them for stuff. So, relationship goes both ways. Well, anyways, I talk too much. So, what is my duty in life? Not quite what I predicted at the very beginning. Kinda close, kinda similar in some sense. But anyways, interesting stuff, and I wish he kind of delve a little bit deeper in terms of modern times and why can't they translate in modern times? It's been corrupted or something, or twisted. He said twisted. I think of twisted as corrupted, which kind of sucks. It's very interesting. I do kind of wonder if he talks about it a little bit deeper, what these duties are. Maybe. Anyways, that's my reaction to What Is My Duty? Swami Sarvar Priyananda. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.